Hi guys, welcome to Let Us Study channel. So today we are going to discuss the electricity and circuits part 2. If you are seeing part 2 directly, please pause the video and go to part 1. The link is given in the description. So let's begin. So now friends, we are in chapter electricity and circuits. In that, now we are going to start the dry cell. Dry cell is also called as battery cell or electric cell, which is used as a source of electricity in the toys and other daily needs. Okay, it generates a direct current due to chemical reaction, and it takes place inside the cell. A single dry cell gives approx 1.5 volts. A dry cell are available in different sizes and shapes. The dry cell used in torches, transistors, toys, clocks, etc. was invented by G. Leclanche in 1868. I'm sorry if my pronunciation of the scientist is wrong. A dry cell consists of outer container made of zinc. The zinc container acts as a negative terminal. A carbon rod having a brass cap is placed at the center of the zinc container. This carbon rod with metallic cap acts as a positive terminal. The carbon rod is surrounded by a mixture of manganese dioxide and powered charcoal. The remaining space in container is then filled with a thick paste of ammonium chloride NH4Cl. The cell is sealed from top of with pitch. The outer side of the zinc container, except the bottom, is covered with a cardboard cover. In a dry cell, the electric current flows from carbon electrode to zinc electrode. Advantages of dry cell. Dry cell having the following advantages. Dry cell are lightweight and small in size, and they are easy to transport and place another side. Transported from one place to another easily. That's what. There is no fear of leakage or spillage of dry cells. Battery of 2 or more cells. A dry cell gives voltage across 1.5 volts, right? In any electrical gadget. More than one dry cell are used. This is done to increase the voltage in the circuit. In such cases, the dry cell are connected or placed in a positive in a way that a positive terminal of one cell is contact with negative terminal of another. Such a combination of cells is called battery of cells. Such combination of cells called battery of cells is used in flashlight, remotes, transistors and many other electrical equipments. So now let's go to solar cell. Solar cell is a device which directly converted to the solar panel upon the rooftop, and it uses the solar energy. The solar cell is a non-conventional source of electricity, means it does not consume any fossil fuels. Solar cell panels are used for producing electricity for the use in space stations and artificial satellites. Yes, do you know what is satellite? Satellite is used for the communications from the space to Earth. Is used in very well in many aspects. So these satellites and space stations where the astronauts live, these are using solar energy by using the solar panel. This solar panel absorbs the light and heat energy and it converts into electrical energy. Solar cell panels are found very useful in remote and isolated locations for street lighting and for operating water pumps. So now let us go to torch bulb. Bulb is an electrical component used for lighting. Commonly, the bulb is based on a filament that is made up of tungsten tungsten is very capable for that. The torch bulb works at low voltage from 1.5 to 6 volts. To understand the design of bulb, we should perform the torch activity. So in this we need a torch bulb and take out a bulb from the torch. You may otherwise purchase one from electrical shop nearby you. Observe the bulb outside and also from inside with a magnifying glass. List the various parts of you could see. The torch bulb consists of the following parts: a metal casing having grooves at lower part, and a small spiral thin wire. This is called filament. This is made up of mainly most used metal tungsten. Two slightly thicker wires, and the upper end these wires support the filament. These wires only supply the negative and positive terminal energy to the filament, and the filament gets heated up and it glows. This is the mechanism done in a bulb for producing the light. The lower end of the one of thick wires is connected to metal casing, and that wire to the metal tip and the bottom at the bulb to receive electricity. The metal tip and metal casing are fixed in such a way that they do not touch each other. This done by using insulation between the two. Now let's go to lighting up a bulb with a dry cell. In activity 1, we have seen the cell supplies electricity to the bulb and lights up. The bulb will light up only when electricity is passed through it. How does electricity pass through it? This is the question. So far, we have learned the cell is having a two terminals. They are positive and negative. A bulb have. If these terminals are connected rightly, the bulb should light up. Right? To find the right way of connecting these terminals, perform the following activities. Means we are having here a few activities. To find the right way to connect a bulb and cell is we need some materials. Now we'll take one cell, one bulb and two pieces of wire. Take two pieces of thin wire, remove the plastic covering from both ends so that the copper or any other metal wirings could be seen. Connect one end to each wire to the terminals of the cell with a tape or rubber band. Locate the terminals of the bulb. These are the base of bulb and metal tip of the base. Contact the open ends of two wires coming from the cell with the two terminals of bulb in different ways as shown in the figure given below. Write down for each way of connection if bulb lights up or not. Then give your observations or conclusion. From the observations I made in the activity I described above, the following conclusions can be drawn. The bulb lights up only when the bulb and wires from a complete path. This path starts from one terminal of the cell and ends at another. The bulb does not light up if there is gap in the path. The bulb also does not light up if the path starts and ends up at same terminal of this cell. Okay, now let us go to the electrical circuits. Means till now we have learned what are the electricity, what are the parts, what is the bulb, what is the cell. Now we are going to go into the main topic, circuits. That is electrical circuits. The complete path flow of electricity from one terminal to another terminal through various electric compounds is called electrical circuit. This is the definition of electrical circuit. For example, an electricity circuit consisting of a bulb, a key, a dry cell is shown in the figure on the screen. The circuit in which electric current flows from one terminal of a cell or a battery to the other closed circuit is closed circuit. In a closed circuit, current flows from positive terminal of the cells to its negative terminal via various electrical compounds such as bulb, etc. The current enters bulb or any other electrical equipment through one of its terminals, flows through filament and comes out other terminal. When current passes through filament, it gets hot and starts glowing. I said you before, the electricity passes through the strings which are supporting the filament, and the filament gets heated up and it starts lighting. This is the mechanism happens in a bulb, and with this we can explain the circuit, closed circuit. Now the circuit with which the contact of any point is broken is called open circuit. No current flows is an open circuit. Simply, I'll say you one example. Closed circuit means you take a bulb, one battery, and some wires. Connect directly the bulb and battery. This is a closed circuit. You can see any breakouts of wire there? No. Now you take a bulb, a battery, and a switch. Now connect switch, battery, and bulb as a circuit. Now on them. If you on them, the current will be closed. It runs in a closed circuit. If you off it, means then the circuit is opened, so the current does not pass. So it should be closed to bulb glow. Now we are having a question here. Why does a fused bulb not glow? Bulb has a small filament inside it. As long as this filament is intact, it glows when connected to a cell. A bulb is said to be fused when filament is broken. The broken filament cannot complete the circuit. As a result, the current cannot flow through the filament and fused bulb does not glow. I can say that filament is the heart of bulb. If heart is not there, human cannot live. So heart of bulb is filament. If filament is broken, the bulb cannot glow. Means the circuit is incomplete. Now we are having some symbols of electrical components that I'll display on the screen. The components such as cell, bulb, wires, switches, etc. are components of electrical circuit. Each component of an electrical circuit can be described by its symbol. I will display the table for you in the screen. Okay, circuit diagrams. Circuit diagrams are very important because you should draw the circuit diagrams in exam. If you have failed to draw them, you are not capable of getting marks. So the diagram which shows the arrangement of various components in an electrical circuit with the help of their symbols is called electrical circuit diagram. For example, the diagram shown in the screen given along the side of circuit diagram of electrical circuit shown on screen. Electrical switch. Now we are coming to the topic switch. What is a switch? We can tell them as breakers of circuit or connectors of circuit. Switch is a device makes or breaks a circuit. I said you before, it breaks or it connects. The on and off mechanism is an electrical circuit controlled by a switch. That is the mechanism which switch uses to pass electricity and close electricity from the battery to the bulb. To the circuit. When switch is in off position, the circuit is open, and when switch is on, it is closed. There are many different kinds of electrical switches. To understand the basic working of switch, we need to perform activities. The materials required are thermocol, softwood sheet 10 centimeters into 15 centimeters, drop pins to paperclip connecting wires, and fix two pieces of connecting wire and paper clip on a piece of thermocol with the help of drawing pins and thumbtacks as shown below. Your simply switch is ready. Now connect the switch in a circuit containing a torch bulb and cell. Move the clip to touch the other drawing pin. Move the clip up and down repeatedly. Now our observations are: during the activity, the following observations are made. When paperclip is touching both drawing pins and the bulb lights up, the position is called on position. When the paperclip touches only one drawing pin of the bulb is not lighting up, this position is called off position. So now, why does the bulb light up when the clip touches both the drawing pins? When the paper clip touches both pins, the gap between them are in means it is closed and the circuit gets completed. As a result, current flowing through the electricity and bulbs lights up. Now we are going to the torch mechanism. This is some like interesting part topic. Means we are going to know what is the inner circuit of the torch. A picture will be displayed on your screen right now. You can see here. Yes, this is a picture of torch inner mechanism. So that I will explain you now how the electricity pass through the torch. You can see a spring-like metallic spring-like structure at the end and negative and positive terminals, right? These two, the metallic spring and here, they both get energy. With that, you can see the bulb down you will get a small dot like structure. Here it is written also, the bulb contact with the positive terminal of the cell, right? So and this is contacted with positive and the spring like structure is contacted with negative. So we are having a switch mechanism. It's like same like one switch is connected to bulb and batteries. When you off it, it will be in off position. If you on, the bulb glows, and if when you off it, it stops glowing. Now we are going to know the conductors and insulators topic. With this, we have come to an end and we are having some hot questions which are high order thinking skills questions. Now in conductors and insulators, materials which allow electricity to flow through them are called conductors. Which are very good at them are called good conductors, like silver, copper, aluminium, iron, brass, graphite, etc. are good conductors of insulators. Materials which do not allow electricity to flow through them and completely avoid them are known as insulators, like dry wood, sulfur, plastic, glass, rubber, a piece of cloth, or some other common insulators. So now we are going to go to the last and final questions. Not questions, more are there. All metals and alloys are conductors. Yes. Electricity flows through them easily. Rubber, dry wood, plastics are insulators. I said you before, electricity cannot flow through them. This is why metals, copper, aluminum used in electrical wires. I said you, when you remove the plastic covering inside, you'll get a copper wire or aluminum or silver. That is why the electricity flows through them. They keep plastic covering to protect us from while we are touching the wires or making an electrical circuit. Why now we are having the questions. Why is the handle of electrician screwdriver made of plastic? Yes, a screwdriver is made of steel, or steel is a good conductor, so electricity can flow through it. Plastic is an insulator, does not allow electricity to pass through it. I said just before about a wire. Same mechanism is used in the screwdriver. So electrician have a plastic handle at the end so that he could not get shock from the current board or wires while he is repairing. Why are copper wires usually covered with rubber and plastic? Yeah, this I said you already the answer, but I'm again repeating. A bare copper wire carrying current, if we touch it, gives an electrical shock to a person. Such wires may also cause fire due to circuiting. To prevent the short circuiting and electrical shocks, copper wires are covered with rubber plastics. I said you, to prevent the electrical shocks, we cover it by rubber or plastic. Okay, our video ends and our session ends today. I'll be back with another video. Stay tuned. Signing off. Let us study. And if you like this video, please share, comment, like and subscribe to our channel.